What do NFTs, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, crypto, and FaZe Clan have in common? Pick B. Congratulations, if you answered B, you are correct. We'll get into Jake and Logan's scams in a minute here, but I feel like everyone is talking about NFTs and crypto scams, while the majority of us have zero clue what they are and how they work, and why anyone would ever buy them in the first place. So it feels like unless you're a finance bro, or a crypto bro, or an influencer bro with an audience of under 9 years old, you just don't know what NFTs are, and you're probably not involved in the world of NFTs, but you've heard the word circulating around so much and you're so out of the loop, like me. So let's take a minute and quickly explain this whole thing. If you're a finance god and you just think you know everything, just skip to the next chapter in this video. Go on. You think you're so smart. So an NFT stands for non-fungible token, which means absolutely nothing to me. And according to the best and most accurate source of information online, Reddit, I'm just kidding, TikTok, I'm just kidding, Wikipedia, a non-fungible token is a unique and non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a digital ledger. NFTs can be associated with easily reproducible items such as photos, videos, audio, and other types of digital files as unique items, and use blockchain technology to give the NFT a public proof of ownership. So there are a lot of words in that definition that mean absolutely nothing to me and probably not much to you either, making you feel dumb and out of the loop because you hear these words a billion times, but you just don't really know what it actually means. You get the idea of it, but you have no idea. But look at me now. I googled it, and now I'm informed enough to make a video about it. So in English, an NFT is a thing, okay? And in Portuguese, NFT. This digital thing can be a picture of Keanu Reeves doing a backflip. This picture can be easily reproduced, screenshotted, and anyone can kind of have it. However, if you purchase this picture of Keanu Reeves doing a backflip as an NFT, you now have proof that you own this picture of Keanu Reeves doing a backflip. How is there proof? Using blockchain technology, as that definition first said. So the blockchain is a public ledger, anyone can see it, of every transaction of crypto that's out there. And every transaction has a special code attached to it called a hash. So if someone tries to fake something or tamper with a transaction, it'll be obvious to anyone looking at it. The blockchain was basically made so that entirely digital products like Bitcoin or NFTs have trust and proof that the value of it is what it is, and nothing can be hacked or changed about the proof. Okay, so let's back up here. So let's say that I have this first edition Charizard. Definitely not the Moltres that came in the VHS of Pokemon 2000, and this is not an excuse to show off my Pokemon cards. Let's say that I have this first edition Charizard and I bought it for like $2,000. There are other copies of this Charizard, but none of them are the original like mine. I paid for the original and now I own it. That's an NFT. But digitally. It's recorded in a big book somewhere, the blockchain, that I have the first edition Charizard and no one else does. If I tried to buy a third edition copy of this Charizard and tried to make it look like the original with like this seal in the corner, and I tried to tamper with it a little bit and try to trick people into thinking that I had the most valuable original version of that card, it would be very obvious that I was lying if you looked at the blockchain, which is just so sad. Because I have the first edition Charmeleon. It's not quite Charizard now, is it? Because these things are 100% entirely digital, the blockchain is very important for creating trust around this completely digital currency or products like NFTs. So that was my explain it to me like I'm 5 definition of NFTs. I did consult this part of the script with a person who's in finance, so blame them if it's not correct. So far, this might seem like kind of a scam, which is also what I thought. But before placing my judgment on NFTs and forgetting about it forever, I wanted to understand why people even participated in such a thing that seems so stupid, like buying JPEGs when I could just download it myself. You really think people are gonna buy your photo instead of just downloading it for free? Do you know how many hoops people jump through to get expensive software on their computer for free? And you think people are honestly going to purchase your digital art? Yeah, so a lot of people think the way that I do about NFTs. But aside from buying pictures, NFTs are also being used as proof to buy real things. Like the rock band from the 2010s, Kings of Leon, is first of all somehow still touring. I didn't know they still had fans, but they're using NFTs to prove that you hold a ticket to one of their concerts, which I didn't know there was that much ticket fraud going on for this to be necessary. There was also one dude in that article that said NFTs are only valuable as tools for money laundering, tax evasion, and even greater fool investment fraud. There is zero actual value to NFTs. Their sole purpose is to create artificial scarcity of an artwork to supposedly increase its value. And to that, I get it and I agree, but I also will insert my Pokemon card rebuttal here and say, what about Pokemon cards? There is zero actual value to NFTs. If you go by that logic, the actual value of this first edition Charizard is about 10 cents. It's a picture printed on thin cardboard, but society gave it value, and that's what NFTs are. Your Gucci purse is actually worth about $10 and a few hours of a child's life in a sweatshop somewhere in China. It's made with the same garbage as that $25 handbag that you buy at Marshall's and provides the same value of just holding shit as you walk around because women's clothing doesn't have pockets. So, en conclusion, people like selling NFTs to make money and provide a certificate of authenticity to whatever they're selling. And people like buying NFTs for the same reason people buy collectible stuff like Pokemon cards and designer brand stuff, just to say that we have it. But oh boy, I totally get what people mean when they say that NFTs are a scam. And how I want to break it down is that NFTs by themselves aren't a scam. It's just that everyone's using it to scam people. So issues with NFTs are probably what you're thinking right now. If you're the kind of person that doesn't really care about brand names or put value on trading cards, then NFTs probably don't have any value to you, while for others, it's worth a lot of money. So that's probably the most basic and innocent issue with NFTs. But of course, there is money laundering and all types of money fraud associated with it. But the most fun one to talk about is Jake Paul. Give it up. He makes his way into everything that could potentially be a scam. And here we thought Logan was the more problematic Paul brother for some time. Logan looks like a saint next to Jake. So let's talk about NFT scams. Let's talk about a particular one called pump and dump schemes. Have you heard of them? You might have. You might have heard of them through crypto scams. One of the most recent ones being with FaZe Clan, because of course it is. Of course it's FaZe Clan. So a pump and dump scam is basically when a cryptocurrency gets hyped up so a bunch of people buy into it, and then the owners of the crypto, or people who own the majority of that crypto, then sell it once they've pumped it, hence pumping and dumping. They pump it up, it gets a lot of value, they sell it at the top, and since they owned a majority of the coin value just crashes immediately. So basically they just take all the money and peace out. So now it's worthless for everyone else that bought into it. So members of FaZe Clan were standing behind and promoting the Save the Kids coin, which was a coin that was promoted as if part of it was going to charity. And they hyped it up to their audience, and then they sold it and ran off with the cash. Seems like FaZe Clan is kicking out a member every few months. Sometimes these influencers are even paid to promote these crypto scams and coins and pump and dump schemes. And that's where our friend Jake Paul comes in. So Jake Paul has pioneered a whole new realm of scam. He's basically the Christopher Columbus of NFT scams. He wasn't the first one to discover it, but he profited the most from it and popularized it for many years to come, and nobody likes him. On the third Monday of every October, we should just have Jake Paul Day, and all the little kiddies get off from school and sit down around the fire to learn about crypto scams and how how to not be like Jake Paul when they grow up. So 𝐜𝐭 made a video about how Jake got paid to promote this NFT behind the scenes and didn't disclose it to his audience that he was being paid to say these things. And he tried to hide it. And if you didn't know, if an influencer is getting paid to say something online to promote a product, you have to disclose it to your audience that it's an ad. It's literally illegal to not do that. But he tried to hide it by routing the money through his friend. So the NFT people, the owner of the NFT, paid Jake Paul's friend, and then Jake Paul's friend gave that money to Jake the day before he tweeted out promoting this NFT. And once again, this is why the blockchain is important, because that's how 𝐜𝐭 proved that this was even happening behind the scenes. But so after I watched that video, I decided to look more into Jake because I knew I was going to make a video about NFTs, and there was so much more. The more I looked at Jake and crypto and NFTs, the worse it got. Yeah. I mean, everyone knows that Jake is notorious for scamming his audience of 8-year-olds. Somehow, once again, I don't know where these kids are getting this money to invest in Jake Paul's scams. So Jake's Twitter consists of 2 things: boxing and crypto. That's literally it. He has multiple tweets promoting different NFTs, and now knowing what we know about the other one, there's probably some shady stuff going on behind the scenes there. He also has his own dedicated crypto Twitter account called 𝐼𝐢𝐭𝐡169. How come 1 Ethereum for an NFT feels like pocket change, but spending $4,300 IRL feels like a lot of money? Why doesn't it make any sense? Gee, Jake, because 1 Ethereum feels like you're just spending 1. But when you spend $4,000, it feels like more money instead of 1 money. He does giveaways on here as well, and who knows if the people actually get the money. So Jake's newest scam is an NFT called StickDix. And from his tweets, you can't tell how involved he is in it. Just like Logan and Dink Doink, which I'll get to in a second. But once again, it was exposed that Jake created the entire NFT, and you know what StickDix are? So funny, dude. So creative. Damn, you got the whole internet laughing. They know that they're shilling. They know they're trying to be self-aware, oh, look at us, we're creating a shit coin, or look, people will pay anything for NFTs, so let's ironically make one of stick figures with dicks. And it's dude. But justice was served on this one, okay? So Jake was promoting as if he wasn't the entire funder of this. Is that a word, funder? He wasn't the sole funder of this entire operation, right? And man, justice was served. So you go to the StickDix Twitter account that Jake Paul tags himself in these tweets, and it was hacked. And you know what? It was hacked on November 17th, which was a week ago. And it looks like they haven't gotten the account back yet, because these tweets are still up on the StickDix official Twitter account, and this one is even pinned that Jake Paul is receiving over half the money from this NFT. It's just a little bit of justice was served, because now the value of this stick that Jake actually put money into, he's not gonna see any of that in return. And I know that he has so much money that it's not even gonna matter, but just something, you know? But I had no idea the amount of involvement Jake had in these NFT scams and promoting stuff definitely illegally without disclosing it. I had no idea. I knew he was a scammer, okay? We all know that. But I didn't know to what extent it was. These guys suck. How do you suck this much as a person? Do you not make enough money already? It's so weird. So that's his latest rug pull. I'm excited to see what the next one is so everyone can talk about it again. But now let's move on to Logan. Logan Paul made a pump and dump cryptocurrency. We thought you moved past this, Logan.
I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! How dare you!
We thought you grew as a person. It's called Doinky Doink. What's it called? Dink Doink. It's something an 8-year-old thought was funny. They were trying to be funny. They literally said it's because they were trying to be funny with the name of the coin. Just cringe, man. It's just cringe.
This is a shit coin I believe in. It's my favorite one, to be honest. 𝐜𝐭 is so much more than a meme coin. It's a multimedia coin.
But let me tell you how you can prove that something is a shit coin. When you look at who owns 80% of Dink Donk Donkey Kong World Country 2 soundtrack OST, it's just Logan and his friends. They own 80% of this coin.
The fact that 80% of these coins are currently owned by the top 100 wallets. If you want to buy Dink Doink, you can go check out who owns all the coins. And right now, the top 100 holders, of whom you can be certain Logan Paul and the gang are some of them, own 80% of this thing. It's just another scam from another celebrity influencer who's pretending to be ironically doing it.
So when people buy into it, they're just going to sell it all and make a quick buck, you know, because none of them have enough money already. Once again, what children are buying into these scams? Because I know that that's their audience, or at least it was. Maybe their audience matured with Logan's podcast and Jake just talking shit on Twitter to random boxers. Children don't have money to invest in your crypto scams. Is it their parents' money? Where is it coming from? So, I know this video was a roller coaster, but I hope you learned a little bit about NFTs, why people buy them, why they've made their name as a scam, because a lot of it's just still very unregulated, and why you should never trust influencers that promote crypto or any sort of NFT. Be very skeptical. I think knowledge is power when it comes to these sort of topics that not a lot of people know a lot about, and people at the top just take advantage of that. So on that note, I'm happy to announce and I'm dropping my own NFT line called the Sacred Paper Collection. They are authentic, original JPEGs of used toilet paper. I took these myself. I'm really proud of them, and I'm ready to sell my authentic copies off to the world. And you know, if you want to own one of these authentic photos of used toilet paper, here's my crypto wallet. I'll put it on the screen, and yeah, I'll be waiting for your money. Thanks. Bye. Damn lonely. My first time away from home, with nothing but myself and the text on my phone, yeah. For over